Hey guys, it's Liz. So today I've actually had a viewer request to go ahead and show you guys how to do those delightful S curls that Emily was sporting in the vintage prices section of the blog. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that today using just a few products. Now, as you guys can see, all I've done so far is just clip the top portion of my hair up and away and left the bottom, and I'm going to show you guys the pattern as to how to do it a couple times and then leave you guys to it. So the very first thing that I did is I went ahead and I set my hair after I just showered about an hour ago. I set it with this Motions Foaming Wrap Lotion. This is something that Lisa Fremont Street recommends in her YouTube videos. If you guys haven't checked those out, she does a lot of awesome vintage looks. I just towel dried my hair and ran this all through it as like a setting lotion for the curl. And the reason that I did that is because my hair is very, very straight and it has a finer texture and does not tend to hold curl well. So if your hair is that same kind of texture, you want something that's going to really go ahead and hold those curls in. If you don't have time for like a towel dry, another thing that seems to work for me is like a texture spray of some kind. This one's the B&B Styling Lotion, Bumble and Bumble. But you guys can choose. Other products that you're going to need for this look are some sort of a thermal spray, a heat protectant spray. Mine is the Gotta Be Guardian Angel, which smells awesome. It is a little pricey. It's like $8 for a bottle, but I barely even dipped into mine, and I do really like it so far. It makes my hair nice and smooth, so I would recommend this. And then the Cadillac of all drugstore hairsprays, in my opinion, which is the Aussie Mega Hairspray, holds really well, and I think it costs like $3 for a big old jug like this at the drugstore. For my tools, I'm just going to use a comb with one of these guys at the end in case I need to separate anything, and my paddle brush, which won't come in until much, much later in this. I'm also going to be using my G Beret 1-inch ceramic curling iron, and it definitely has seen better days, so sorry guys. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take about an inch section of my hair, about like this, comb through. I like to do section by section on the thermal spray just because I feel like I get a better spritz of it then. And I also like to just go ahead and beforehand just give it a really quick spritz of hairspray. I find that my curls just last a lot longer this way. And what I'm going to do to achieve that curl is once I have my section prepped and ready, I'm going to go ahead, take my curling iron. I'm not even going to open the clip on this. Hold it up and just wrap it. Just like that. You want to get it as close to the end as you can, but don't burn your fingers. Hold it for about 30 seconds. And then release. And as you guys can see, I have that little S curl where it just sort of makes like an S shape. So I'm going to show you guys, and by the way, don't mess with it. I know you want to so bad. Trust me, I do too. Don't mess with these. They are very, very fragile. So just let them kind of rest just like that. See, my next curl section, again, I'm just going to go ahead and grab an inch. Get that out of the way. Prep my section with my hairspray and my thermal protectant, kind of comb that through. And again, I'm just going to come through and begin to wrap. Just like that. We're holding it so close now because we want to be able to get that S shape down at the bottom as well. And the tighter of the section of curl that you do, the tighter of a curl that you're going to have. Now these ones, I'm doing those Glamour Waves that we saw Emily sporting in that vintage post, so I'm doing a little bit bigger sections than I would if I wanted really tight, pretty S curls. But I'm really more just looking for those nice waves, so that's why I'm doing that. And now we've got another one, and all I'm going to do on that one is just kind of pull down the end just a touch and let it spring back up. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to curl the whole rest of my head and come back and show you guys what to do. Okay guys, so now I've done my whole head. If I see any pieces that I'm not really crazy about, for instance this guy that seems to be a little limp, all I'll do is I'll just take that curling iron and wrap it right back around one more time, just holding for about 10 to 15 seconds to make sure that they're all right. I only have about one piece left on my head, and that's my fringe or my bangs up at the top, so I'll go ahead and show you guys how to do those too. That looks a little bit better. Push it up. Okay. Last piece is going to be right here up at the top, and again I'm going to repeat the same process we've been doing the whole way through, which is I'm just going to pick it up, I'm going to put on my thermal spray. I completely missed that, hilarious, and then I'm going to go ahead and spritz it with a little spray, comb my bangs up. Ooh, I don't know, this web camera is really hard to adjust to, you guys, seriously, so my apologies on that. And we're going to just kind of swivel those around, just like we've been doing with everything else, to the correct side, holding to make sure that we have those bangs crisp and ready to go for your curls. And as you can see, I mean, these ones over here on the heavier side are a little bit tighter. I started taking a little bit littler sections by accident, but it still should turn out nice and pretty because I'm still just going for those waves, so. And there's that. So, okay, so we've got our whole hair ready to go now. Now, you guys actually have a couple of options that are available to you. You could twist this back around with like a ponytail holder and make some sort of a nice updo. But the option that I used on Emily to create those nice vintage waves was I just took a paddle brush like this one. I went ahead and gave it a spritz of my hairspray. And then I just ever so lightly just sort of brushed through. And what I like to do is to give it a little bit more volume. I like to go ahead, take my hand, run a little hairspray on that, and hold it up at the root like that. Just sort of massage that in. And then I just hairspray my waves, and I'm ready to go. So here you have the look. This whole 1940s vintage wave. When you look, you can really see the shape of that S coming in, those pretty glamorous soft waves of the 1940s and early 50s. So this look is pretty easy to achieve. Just make sure that you are being careful around the ends of the curling iron. I have plenty of battle scars to prove. I took a lot of practice to get this right. So if you guys have any questions or anything about how I achieved this look, again, please feel free to put comments in the comment box. If you want to see anything else, definitely let me know that as well. Thank you guys so much for staying tuned today, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.